Hello and welcome to Jamaica Magazine. It's Tuesday, July 1. I'm your host, Adrian Atkinson. We have much lined up just for you. Stay with us to find out what's on the other side of this break. We'll be right back.
The past has shaped us, but the future, it's powered by connection. For 20 years, the Universal Service Fund has been bridging the digital divide, with over 400 public Wi-Fi hotspots lighting up verandas, homes, and hopes. From classrooms to communities, USF powers access to opportunity, helping youth dream bigger, learn smarter, earn online, and helping families stay close, even from far away. One mission, 2 decades, thousands of lives transformed. Connected at 20, committed for a lifetime. The Universal Service Fund, connecting you to more.
Good day, I'm Theodore Henry, and this is your JIS News for Tuesday, July 1, 2025. The Ministry of National Security has strengthened its rehabilitation and reintegration program with another layer of targeted skills training. Through a Memorandum of Understanding with the Heart NSTA Trust, inmates and wards of the state will be equipped with the skills and training necessary to secure meaningful employment upon release. The signing took place on Friday with the Ministry and the Department of Correctional Services. The 5-year initiative will facilitate a more enhanced programming for inmates and wards, mentorship training, and staff development. It will also support the Ministry's Live Good campaign and Phase 2 of the Citizen Security and Justice Program. Stakeholders say it reaffirms their commitment to capacity building and quality training, while giving them the opportunity to contribute meaningfully to society.
By equipping them with vocational skills and certification, we enhance their employability and contribute to reducing the recidivism rate.
In year 1, our goal is bold but clear. It is to train and to certify at least 1,000 inmates and juvenile wards. And to ensure this is just a good idea on a paper, a joint governance committee will oversee every phase, measuring the outcomes, ensuring transparency, and driving results.
This is in fact a game changer to enhance our national security strategy.
The Ministry of Health and Wellness is targeting a significant reduction in the prevalence of modifiable risk factors for non-communicable diseases, NCDs, by promoting wellness in the workplace. This is being done through its Corporate Wellness Challenge 8x8 edition, which was launched recently. Running from July 2025 to February 2026, the 8-month national initiative encourages physical activity, healthy eating, and regular health screenings across Jamaican workplaces. Portfolio Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton is encouraging workplaces to entrench healthy lifestyle into the culture of their organizations.
We have to invest more in the well-being and the welfare of our human capital. And it determines, apart from corporate fulfillment in terms of your strategic goals and objectives, it determines longevity and quality of life.
To register, organizations may visit the Ministry's website, moh.gov.jm, or contact the Health Promotion and Education Unit for more information. The Ministry is imploring organizations to be part of the transformative journey toward a healthier workforce and nation.
Wellness is not an event, it's a lifestyle, it's habit. It must come naturally. It has to start somewhere, but it must continue, and everyone must see themselves vested in that.
As the Ministry of Tourism looks to expand travel reach in Europe, it's celebrating the recent inaugural flight of World to Fly airline to Jamaica from Portugal. 360 passengers arrived at the Sangster International Airport on board the flight. State Minister of Tourism, Delano Sivrite, says it marks the start of once-weekly flights from Lisbon to Portugal to Montego Bay.
This is very positive news and shows that Jamaica is an attractive market for Portuguese tourists, and that's very important to us. Beyond that, we have continued to expand in other spaces in Europe, and we are working on some other arrangements, including Virgin Atlantic, that has confirmed that they will start daily non-stop flights between London, Heathrow, and Montego Bay, Jamaica, moving from 4 flights per week to a daily service. And they have also altered the times of those flights so that passengers and persons traveling from other parts of Europe can better connect into London, Heathrow, and get into Jamaica as quickly as possible.
He adds that Spain is on the ministry's agenda for flights to and from Jamaica. The Bank of Jamaica BOJ is advising the public that effective today, July 1, the old cotton banknotes are no longer considered legal tender. This means the old notes should no longer be accepted for payments of goods and services. All cash transactions should now be conducted using the new polymer banknotes, which have been in circulation since June 2023. While the old banknotes can no longer be used in general commerce, they can still be exchanged at the Bank of Jamaica and select commercial banks. And finally, Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness has hailed the move by CARIB Cement Company to enhance its operational capacity to increase local cement production. Dr. Holness was on location last week for the commissioning of the company's Debottleneck project.
This means more timely delivery of cement for housing projects, fewer delays in critical infrastructure works, and a more predictable cost base for developers and contractors across the country.
The Prime Minister says the $6.7 billion investment will support Jamaica's pursuit of industrialization, self-sufficiency, and sustained economic growth.
Cement is the lifeblood of construction, and it's not just housing, it's also in road construction. It forms the foundation for housing, bridges, schools, hospitals, and factories. When local demand for cement outpaces supply, as has increasingly been the case, we are forced to import, adding costs, creating delays, and increasing our dependence on external supply chains.
And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Theodore Henry. Thanks for watching.
As usual, we make our weekly Jamaica House visit to bring you highlights from the Prime Minister's work agenda over the past week.
Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness last week officially opened Phase 1 of the Garmex Free Zone Redevelopment Project in Kingston.
This project reflects the government's economic strategy in action, another bold new chapter in Jamaica's industrial journey.
Fully financed by the government, the over $1 billion investment has so far generated more than $340 million in rental income from businesses that occupy spaces. The development includes 31 units, comprising 3 warehouses, 6 mixed units, and 22 mini warehouses for MSMEs.
This project reflects the government's economic strategy in action. It embodies our commitment to catalyzing the productivity of our people and our determination to build a modern, competitive economy.
Dr. Holness also launched Phases 2 and 3 for further expansion of approximately 500,000 square feet of land.
I'm pleased to report that contracts have already been signed and work is well underway, with an initial investment of over $240 million. These 2 phases combined are projected to create up to 400 jobs in the construction phase and as many as 3,000 new permanent jobs across the campus over the next 5 years.
To further reduce the cost of energy and drive investment opportunities, Prime Minister Holness hinted on Tuesday that very soon new measures would be introduced.
We have to reduce the cost of electricity to business if our economy is to grow and we are to realize our dreams of becoming an industrial and manufacturing hub in the region.
Dr. Holness was speaking at the opening of the MJS Industrial and Technology Park in Spanish Shaeon, a private investment of over $50 million. The Prime Minister also signals a national policy shift towards renewables, pointing to falling prices in solar panel and battery technology as an opportunity to accelerate investment.
So there has to be a national strategy as to how we reduce energy cost for everyone. And in a few days, you will see our policy and strategy unfold as to how we intend to make a really profound change in the cost of energy for the average Jamaicans.
Prime Minister Andrew Holness has hailed the move by CARIB Cement Company to enhance its operational capacity to increase local cement production. Dr. Holness was on location for the commissioning of the company's Debottleneck project.
This means more timely delivery of cement for housing projects, fewer delays in critical infrastructure works, and a more predictable cost base for developers and contractors across the country.
Progress on the move from Brighton in Portmore to Port Antonio, Portland.
We are reshaping the infrastructure landscape to meet the future.
Indeed, as Prime Minister Holness broke ground for the economic game-changer Port Antonio bypass, costing $81 million.
This bypass is a strategic initiative with national importance. In so doing, it will unlock new commercial zones, stimulate land development, and create room for expansion.
On the other side of the island, Dr. Holness also broke ground for the $2.4 billion dualization of the Nagohead to Brighton Road in Portmore, St. Catherine. The expansion works will continue along Hellshire Main Road to Southeast Street within the municipality. Features will include a 4-lane roadway with a raised median, sidewalks, traffic signals, upgraded drainage and sewer systems, and fiber optic cables.
The idea is to build out the urban road infrastructure within Portmore so that it eases traffic, increases convenience, but places Portmore to be an excellent economic hub in Jamaica.
Still in Portmore, Dr. Holness expressed satisfaction for works being done under the Spark program and toward roads in communities where works have been completed. Another major highlight for Dr. Holness last week was the launch of the Ministry of Labor and Social Security's $1 billion Solidarity Program. 50,000 vulnerable Jamaicans will receive a one-time cash grant of $20,000, conditional on their formal registration within the National Social Safety Net.
We will be using the MPs, the churches, justices of the peace, and other personnel who work in communities to identify those persons and register them. And then the ministry itself will have a special team which will be trained to move around the island and identify these persons.
And finally,
this evening, we honor the incomparable Shaeon Fraser-Pryce, one of the greatest sprinters the world has ever known. Her achievements are legendary.
The occasion was a night of excellence for the multi-Olympic champion.
Tonight is a celebration of values that define greatness, perseverance, grace under pressure, humility in victory, and a commitment to something greater than oneself.
On the matter of athlete retention, Dr. Holness gave this instruction.
Having regard to the fact that there are limitations to what governments can do financially and administratively in sports, I've asked Minister Grange to lead further consultations with stakeholders, including the federations, the private sector, and national representatives themselves, to discuss a new framework for our elite athletes' development and retention.
And that's it for Jamaica House Weekly. Be sure to join us next time for more of the news stories coming out of the office of the Prime Minister.
Don't Don't let the heat beat you down. Extremely hot days can affect your health, causing heat stress and heat stroke. Protect yourself. Seek sheltering from the sun and limit outdoor activities to mornings and evenings. Wear light-colored, loose-fitting, breathable fabrics. Hydrate with cool water and avoid sweetened drinks and beverages that contain alcohol. Don't let the heat beat you down.
Up next, we explore how ODPEM, one of the agencies under the local government ministry, is ramping up national resilience through its Decoms project.
Jamaica is no stranger to the powerful forces of nature. From hurricanes and floods to landslides, these natural disasters remind us of the importance of readiness.
So we have mainstreamed in our governance disaster preparedness and readiness as a means of building resilience against the climate change issues that affect small island developing states like Jamaica.
In terms of the National Disaster Risk Management Framework, it's actually one of the best, if not the best in the America.
We are in the best place we've ever been in our history in terms of our state of readiness.
When disaster strikes, all eyes turn to the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management, ODPEM. In a crisis, effective and reliable communication is of utmost importance. That's why the government, through ODPEM, has forged a partnership with the Japan International Cooperation Agency, JICA, to strengthen the island's emergency communication system. The ODPEM-JICA collaboration aims to improve the emergency communication infrastructure in Jamaica by installing wireless communication systems and relevant equipment, thereby contributing to swift and robust communication between first responders and government offices to respond efficiently to emergencies or disaster.
Decom management to Spanish Town Fire Station. This is a radar check. How do you read? Over.
We are putting in place the necessary infrastructure for us to respond to these disasters. We would have already put in place all the necessary radios in their various locations. The Jamaica Fire Brigade, the police, every arm of government is equipped to communicate before and after. And this is a game changer for the people of Jamaica.
You don't want a system where you are relying on cell phones for communication. We saw what happened in Beryl, where a lot of the cell towers went, and there was communication blackout in some areas across the country. What you want to ensure is that there are redundancy to your communication, and our radar network gives us that kind of redundancy. In terms of the design, it is robust enough that allows that if one of the nodes go down, we're still able to communicate across the country, and it gives us roughly probably 98% coverage across the island.
Changing from an analog to a digital system is not an easy feat. However, with the development of the Project Implementing Unit, the ODPEM is sure the Decoms and Early Warning System EWANs will be effective in strengthening Jamaica's responsiveness. Coupled with the island's Early Warning System EWANs, the Decoms are expected to effectively bolster Jamaica's responsiveness to natural disasters.
The objective of the project for the improvement of emergency communication system in Jamaica is to enhance Jamaica's public safety and our national emergency communication system. This National Emergency Communication System is critical for the coordination of emergency and incident response among our various government entities or key government responders. It will allow for emergency agencies to communicate via one common platform. We would have installed radio equipment to include mobile radios, base station radios, and handheld radios at a number of government entities to include the Jamaica Fire Brigade, the Jamaica Constabulary Force, the Ministry of Health, the local authorities, and a number of other entities island-wide. We would have installed early warning systems under the project across 2 parishes in 3 communities, namely Old Harbour Bay in St. Catherine and along the Bog Walk to Angels Corridor in St. Catherine, and also in Port Maria, St. Mary. With the installation of this early warning system, it will create that alertness that it is a multi-hazard system. So it will be able to alert residents, commuters, persons who utilize these areas, these urban centers, for example, Port Maria, about the pending hazards or threats that these communities will face.
This site is owned by Aerotel. They manage the telecommunication systems for Jamaica Civil Aviation Authority. Part of the benefit of co-locating at this site is that this site is designed for aeronautical purposes. So they have a very high standard, especially where power is concerned, and also for protection against lightning. And also provides quite a bit of redundancy just by virtue of its location. However, our system is designed to run entirely on a battery system, and pretty much we have our systems charged by their power. Should a case happen where we lose power, whether from GPS or their power system, our battery system will allow us to have service for up to 5 days. This site here in Coopers Hill provides coverage for the entire corporate area. So all of the radios in this area will be connecting to this repeater site here at Coopers Hill, and that's another advantage that we have at this location.
The Decoms system will also help several stakeholders within the National Disaster Risk Management structure to mobilize and mitigate crises.
During the implementation phase of the project of the Decoms system, firefighters were basically embedded with a team of engineers that came down from Japan to install the equipment across the island. Decom system that is now at ADPEM is manned by firefighters. So that's the rock and the knock, as is referred to. It's currently manned by firefighters, and these firefighters remain at ADPEM manning the system for as long as it's necessary. What we have done with this system is to make it a part of our daily communications. Once we're out in the field conducting, whether it's rescue or conducting firefighting operations, then the team members can communicate back to Central in terms of giving updates, live updates as to what is happening. If there is need for additional resources, that can be communicated in a reliable way, unlike what we have now.
We're able to introduce it as part of the communication platform during burial, and we were able to see some results. So it's a good thing.
The Decoms system is here to build resilience, plan for natural disasters, activate response efforts, and mitigate the impacts of disasters while maintaining an active and reliable communication channel.
From time to time, members of our production team will hit the streets to hear your views on topics that matter. Let's see where they went this time, the question asked, and what you had to say.
The government continues to move forward with various infrastructure and social development projects across Jamaica. We took to the streets of Mandeville to find out what residents think the state should prioritize to better enhance the lives of Jamaicans.
The government need to put in more resources, like even tomatoes, apples, and things. When they bear in the country, they chop all over the ground, all the trees. The government can build a factory, some factory, and can and tin those things and send it away, and more money can come in the country, so we can make Jamaica better.
Job creation, create jobs. That's what Jamaicans want, to survive, jobs.
I don't like to see the government coming with more factory, like to help the younger generation that's coming up now.
I think they should go ahead and ensure that equal opportunity in terms of education is provided and more skill centers opened up so that they can be better prepared, so that when these opportunities come around, they can merge into their working system.
Focus on our young people, because if we don't have the young people to do the things and to build up our country, then we're going to have a serious problem in this country.
We need more job opportunities for young people. We need more opportunities in communities, especially in Mandeville. We need more job opportunities in Mandeville. If you realize that most Jamaicans are run go overseas, why? Because more opportunities over there. So we need more opportunities out here so we can stay in our country and make it a better place.
I think employment is the best thing for improve people's life. Farming. They could help people in doing farming, and that would make people's life a whole lot better.
Jobs, because believe me, when they leave school, they're on the street. Employment, number one, employment.
And that's it for today's edition of Jamaica Magazine. Every day can and should be celebrated simply because you are alive. But if this day is a special one for you, be it a birthday, anniversary, or other momentous occasion, we wish you all the best that life has to offer. Do join us again tomorrow for another informative show. In the meantime, visit our website, gis.gov.jm, for more news you can use. On behalf of the entire team, I'm Adrian Atkinson. Stay safe.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.